actually stream anyway. We never use that one to actually stream anyway. Usually I turn them all on at once. I hit the stream all button and it looks like all are streaming. And now that we're all streaming, I need to get my new chat live. AIs, they took her gerbs. AIs, they took her gerbs. It's going to be a short one. I got D&D in half an hour. Chat. Yeah, I've been playing this weird game called Eureka for the PS1. It's weird. It may have turned me on to a Mandela effect that I noticed. I'm not gonna talk about it yet. I got more exploring on that to do. Social stream. They took our gerbs. Streaming now. That's what we want. We're just gonna make this the whole enchilada here. Maybe turn down the volume a little bit. Okay, we're streaming. We're streaming. Filters. Filter, image, mask blend. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. But no, we want this. All right, close that bad boy up. And now you've got a picture of my big mug with the screen behind me. Oh, look, I can pull this out more. Now it won't cut off my shoulder. Look at that. Look at that. Don't I feel silly now? I could have been doing stuff the whole time that I wasn't even aware of. Okay. Look, my arms, they go out to the edges of the screen. It's amazing. So the AIs are at it again, folks. I'm not showing what's behind me because it's not really that important. Let me see. I can flip down to my little, nope. That ain't it. This one. I can flip to that one. Let's go ahead and pull this one. We gotta pull one up or one down. Big head mode 3. Let's put it, ooh, one up too far. Put it right under right screen 3. So now I can flip between these two. Look at that. I'm like, whoa, I'm big, I'm small, I'm looking one way, I'm looking the other way. My goodness. Looking one way, I'm looking the other way. This is a little map that I made for a D&D book I'm writing. It's part of a bigger map. But I'm here to talk about these AIs, man. This is crazy. We got Google AI Studio versus DeepSeek. Okay, I want to talk about this. This is what I want to talk about. Look at this. So I gave it a copy of Buck Rogers Race into Space RPG, TSR RPG from the 80s or 90s or whatever it was. I think it was the 80s. And I said, hey, I want a video game of this because I don't want to learn some AD&D variant set in space. I knew it back in the day. I cannot recall it from my memory. I don't want to relearn it. And I'm like, hey, why don't you make me some Python code that's a framework for making a video game out of this, so I can just, you know, or a virtual tabletop, whatever. And I think that's what it's going to be, a virtual tabletop for Buck Rogers, and I'm going to put all this source code out for free so anybody can use it. I certainly didn't really write it. I prompted an AI to do it. But anyway, I asked Google AI Studio why, you know, I asked that because I just, you know, I use the Google LM, Notebook LM all the time, and it was like, hey, we got this Google AI Studio, try it out, you know, you might like it. So I did, and I got, you know, I got, look at, it's got a token count, right? This is very important. So you get like 1 million free tokens. I don't know if that's monthly or what, how that works, or if those trial tokens. I don't know how the tokens thing work. But I asked it this one simple prompt: create a Python framework for creating a game using the Buck Rogers RPG system presented in the PDF file. That's all I said. I gave it the PDF file and I said, let's, all right. And it went off. I was so impressed. It went off on its own, and it came up with like, okay, this is what I think I'm going to do. And then it started creating stuff, and I was looking at the code. I didn't run any of this, but I was like looking, I was like, you know, I know how to code, so I can just read code. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what that should be. That this all looks like it'll work. I understand how this goes together. It's a framework. It's what I asked for. I asked for a simple framework, right? It took this whole thing to put this out, and also said, okay, yeah, there's, you know, this is towards the end. It stopped really writing code for a little while and did like pseudo code. It was like, find a good example of it. Where was that? It was with, I think, the skills. Yeah, so skills, right? And there's all these skills, and they all do different stuff, and you know, but instead of actually writing the code, it wrote this like pseudo JSON, and it was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have this, you know, JSON file, and you're gonna have to put the skills in the JSON file, and you're gonna have to figure that out, and then, you know, here it did some pseudo code for like the race bonuses because they didn't want to write out every single race into the JSON file, which, you know, okay, I as a framework, I understand what it's going with. Okay, you know, we're making this as something people use to make their own thing. I get that. It took it 77.1 seconds to do this, to come up with like the characters and figure out the thacos and the attributes and creating a character and all this. 77.1 seconds. And I didn't run it to see if it works. I can just tell, looking at it, it looks fine. It looks fine. I would be surprised if there was an error. But 77.1 seconds, that would have taken me like a week. A week. Well, maybe not a week. Maybe it would have taken me a day. If you take into the pseudocode and everything, okay, yeah, maybe that's like a 2-3 hour day, like not a full day of coding, but still, you know, I don't get that chances to code that often. So when I say a week, I mean a week of real time, not code time. But then I was like, I was really impressed, but then it was used a third of my fucking tokens, 300,000 tokens to come up with this, right? And I was like, man, so I can get like 2 more clicks out of it, and then that's it. I'm going to have to start shelling out cash. And then I was thinking, hey, didn't we just have this whole thing with DeepSeek? I'm going to ask DeepSeek. And DeepSeek not only did it in the same amount of time, it did it better. It didn't have any pseudocode at all. Like, at first I was like, okay, this is the same thing. And then I'd see like, oh, they did that part, you know. Oh, I like how they laid these how they laid this information out. Making it nice and human readable and clear, and it's not doing any pseudocode. Like it's putting everything in there, and it started out right off with like creating characters and doing combat. Right, that was like the first thing. It's like, okay, how's that going to work? Right, and then when it was done, it listed all the things it did, right? Races and career classes, character classes, combat systems, equipment systems, experience system, and it said the specific functions that it was using. And then to expand this framework, you could, and then it gave a whole list, and this is everything else that needs to be done. Like this is like all of it. This is everything. And it's like, yeah, do these things and then you should be finished, right? And like, and this is to take it to like a full functioning program, not just a framework. And so I was like, okay, keep going, do the next one, right? And I got server is busy, please try again. And because it's free and everybody's using it, that's fine. I waited, I did it again, and then it was like, okay, here you go. Here's the task number one, add a more detailed skill system, right? And so it came up with skill class and the skill system, and it did every single skill. It created them all in this little dictionary, right? And here's another, set of skills that it did in a little dictionary. All of them. It did all the skills in the book, and it did the character class. It did how it affects, the the character, what the changes would be is, so using existing in it, and then it's like add these, and then went through and said this is all the code you got to add to the code we have already. Right, which is how you would do it if you were a professional code writer. um Gains, I mean, it got into like how you improve your skills through leveling. Like it did everything for the skills that needed to be done. The skill checks. Um, Although I think this is a mistake. It says a D100 roll under system. I don't know. That might be how the skills work. I could have sworn it was a D20 base, but this is based on AD&D second edition. I might have to phone a friend. Let me phone a friend. I'm gonna call Mystic Marlowe. He would know. Uh-oh. My phone a friend's not working. I ain't got no friends. He's busy. We're supposed to be playing D&D in 15 minutes, so he probably thinks I'm bugging him about that. Let me phone another friend. Hey, in Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, by the way, on the air, you're on the air. In Dungeons and Dragons, for $1,000,000, how do skill checks work in AD&D Second Edition? you you were my phone a friend on this. Now I'm getting kicked out of the cash cab, man. I just got kicked out of the cash cab. I gotta walk home, man. So this thing is saying that it's a D100 roll under system. Is that can't be true? That doesn't sound right for AD&D Second Edition to do a skill check. I don't remember either. It was so long ago. Yeah. Oh, each skill. Oh, Listen to this. In D&D second edition, each skill level progression adds an additional 3%. That's nice. So that means, like, if you were a proficient, it would be a +3, and if you were an expert, it'd be a +6. And if you were a super mega expert, it'd be if you were even more experty, it would be a +9.
Crash notice here.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry, I just leave my computer on and I'll turn it off. So weird shit. Oh, somebody stepped all over my WordPress.
So I'm thinking. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is when I finish my G20, you know, the generic role D20 role playing system that I'm coming up with. That's just like a free to use for everybody. I'm gonna give it to the DeepSeek AI, and then I'm gonna say create a fucking framework so people can use this and make their own RPGs with it, and then just put it up on GitHub for everybody to use.
Right. Firefox is in the butt in a second.
I'm definitely gonna put this Buck Rogers TSR thing up there though for free for everybody to use.
I'm gonna hang up and go to Discord.
Oh, you're gonna go to Discord? Okay, I guess I'll end my AI video then I've been doing. I'll see you in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to play D&D. I just wanted to. Oh my goodness. What's up? You calling me back? Pocket dial? Got pocket dialed. Yeah, man. So like, it's fucking nuts, dude. I can't believe how powerful this DeepSeek is. But here's the thing, though. Let me say this before I go. The whole stock market thing, dude. Don't even worry. Dude, that stock market went down. I was like, ooh, fire sale. Give me that Nvidia, baby. Because here's the thing, you know, companies are not going to want to put any of their secret, detailed information onto a Chinese AI bot, even if it's free, right? And you can have it locally and you can run it locally, but you're gonna need hardware to do that, and the hardware you're gonna need is gonna be Nvidia, dude. I know, they said they worked out the whole patent issue with the CUDA technology and all that, but did they really? I don't know. I buy AMD stock too. They're the only, like, that's it. That's what you got. You got Nvidia and you got AMD. Intel is trash. It's always been trash. I've always said it was trash, and we have the final proof that it's trash. Okay, this computer I'm running right now, it's 10 years old. Guess it's older than that. It's 12 years old. Guess what I'm running on it? AMD from 12 years ago. All right. I'm running modern operating systems. I got a NVIDIA GPU in there. I can do all the AI stuff. Yeah, would a new system be even better? Sure. But that's just shows the quality of the AMD. You know, you buy it once and it works, and it always works. That's my feelings on AMD. Intel, every Intel computer I've ever bought, I brought it back to the store and returned it because it just had problems. And it was all GPU, CPU problems. You know, communications, CPUs having skips in them. You know, freezing up. Yeah, no, forget it. It's trash. Belongs in the trash. Let it die if you have to. But yeah, they already got DeepSeek R1 on Olama. I've been using the 1.5B, the 7B, and the 8B locally. Badass. Badass. The problem is you can't, it's not just a model. It's also, it really has a built-in agent to it, and that's an agent that's there to assist you and help you. And if you try to do anything creative with it, forget it. It goes off the rails. You can't handle it. It doesn't understand creativity in the way that a lot of other models are. You can't use DeepSeek R1 for any kind of role playing or anything like that. It ain't having it. It ain't having it. It'll sit there and analyze the story and the situation and think about everything. Oh, well, this could happen and this could happen, and it can't just. It doesn't understand, acting, or fluid storytelling. It's just 100% analysis mode all the time, which is great if that's what you want and that's what you need. But it can't do personas. It can't do any kind of role play or acting or steering it to be an agent. It is DeepSeek, and it can't be anything other than DeepSeek. And that's fine. It's great. It's great that we have a model that is that's just for that use, and it does a wonderful, fantastic job. It's gonna be my exclusive code model until something else comes along better. But right now, I use CodeQuen, and I use DeepSeek Coder. These are older versions. What else do we have? What's another good example? Codestrel, Star Coder. I've tried all these, and they're okay. They've got DeepSeek version 3, but only in the 671 billion parameter version. Well, I hope somebody distills that down, because I wouldn't mind playing with the DeepSeek version 3, which is more of a regular chat bot. So, I mean, but DeepSeek R1, that's like, it's deep thinking. That's like, let's deep think this problem. If I don't know the answer already, if I can't just throw it together real quick, let me sit there and figure it out and think about it and think about what I have to do. It's really cool, man. Yeah, so I'm very, very excited about DeepSeek. It's great. I can't stop tooting my horn about it. It just blew my mind right now that it's for coding. It's amazing. And now I'm going to log off. Bye bye.